It's like people want change more than they want to change. For those of you who want to change, you don't have to be wired. You're already wired to be critical. You're already wired to peep out flaws. You're already wired to do it. What you need to do is take that same energy and apply it to yourself. You have to go intentional and deliberate. How many times do I criticize others versus how many times I criticize myself? How many times do I try to correct others? How many times do I correct myself? If it don't drive you, don't want that. So whatever it is you see that you don't have, if it drives you, go, I want that. And then you got to change. But you can't say you want that and you don't want change. Anytime you want anything you don't have, you have to do something to get that, because if you were the person that could have it, you would already have it. Right. You'd have it already. You don't have it. And so you want it. So you have to become something different. You didn't have that, but you went after it.
Be clear. What do you want? What do you want specifically? Like, you need to be clear on what you want. And I was willing to go through whatever I had to go through to get what I wanted. I knew what I had. That's not what I wanted. It doesn't matter how I'm living right now, because how I'm going to live. And so it's difficult for you because you don't have no clarity.
You're going to figure out who you are, why you tick, what you do. And then you're going to be able to take who you are and what you do and make money.
I want you to be brave enough when something's not working. Do it right. You can't keep doing what you were doing before because you're losing.
But if you can't implement the necessary changes in your life, you won't be able to improve yourself or your situation. If you want to change your situation, you got to get in new information.
I just knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted. I was clear on it.
I was talking to my son, right? And I'm at a point with my son in terms of who he is as a person, where I'm like, all right, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm proud of you, son. Now, y'all got to understand something. My mother grew up with 14 kids in a 3-bedroom house, right? One bathroom, south side of Chicago, 43rd. Watch. So the way my mom dealt with us, it was a lot. When I look at how other people raise their kids, my mom raised us a lot harsher than how I saw the average kids. As a matter of fact, when I grew up, people used to dog my mother out and try to pit me against my mom because they was like, this is unbelievable. But being an adult, I realize now, because we had 3 generations of families that did not win, my mom was making sure that she pushed me so that I could win, right? So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that was, you know how most parents, when their kids are born, I don't care what they look like, they're the cutest person in the whole wide world. My mom wasn't on that. My mom, if I was bad, he bad. Right? Police used to come to the crib because I would steal, and they knock on the door, and my mom would be like, hold on, he downstairs. My mother would never say he didn't do it. She's like, let me call Eric upstairs real quick. Eric, did you steal something from the store? Teacher called the house. Eric was acting a fool in class. My mother never went, not my son. My mom was like, I know you was acting a fool. Please tell me what you did before we go up to the school. Right? So I deal with my son the same way, right? So I don't make myself proud of him for like doing stuff that really just not should be proud worthy, but we're just going to make something up like, I'm proud of you, son. I don't do that. Like, for real, you got to really do something for me to be like, I'm really proud of that, son. Why? Because I feel like if he was to be, let's just say he was going to be living in my house for the rest of his life, I would treat him differently. I would, but he got to go in the real world. So when he go in the real world, I don't want him to think that stuff that we congratulate, when he go in the real world, they're not congratulating. He like, what's going on? There's nothing going on, son. It's just the real world. You're not their son, so they're not going to clap for every single thing you do. So we're not going to make it look like the stuff that you do that you just should be doing on your own. We're not going to look like that's A-worthy. It's not. So I've been proud of my man the last couple of months. I'm like, yo, for real, I see it. Like, I see you are starting to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you starting to get this thing, boy, and I'm proud of you. I see where you're going with this. So we had a conversation recently because I see he on the way. And so I'm like, okay, I see you in a serious relationship. You young. You're in a serious relationship. I see you serious. I see you trying to make money. He'll call me, Dad, I need to do this. I'm like, I got you, right? So I got to help you all out. So my first challenge is that we go to school for all these years and they never really show us the importance of dreaming, right? I look at school and I'm like, yo, the way school is designed is it's designing you to be prepared to work for somebody else. And I'm not even upset with that, but there's little of you that you get, right? Y'all got to work with me because this is deep. right? So I said to my son, son, I got to ask you a question, and I'm being serious. I said, do you believe you created yourself? He was like, what? I was like, do you believe you created yourself? He said, no. I said, do you believe there's a creator? He said, of course I do. I said, no, don't do that. Don't do the dad thing, because you know who I am, and you know, I'm about that life. Don't answer I'm asking you for real, for real. You don't owe me nothing. This is you. Do you believe that there's something out here that's bigger than you? He said, of course I do, Dad. I say, so as a human, do you believe you were just born to be in a relationship, have sex, and have money and buy stuff? No, I guess it's something bigger than that, Dad. It's I guess the other thing is a calling. I said, well, if you believe that, why have you never gone after your calling? Why you spend so much time worrying about a relationship? Why you spend so much time, son, worried about money and cars and stuff? If you really believe what you just told me, that as a human is something greater than that, then why aren't you on that? He was like, I don't know. I said, because here's the trick, son. If you get this and that, you still might not get you. So I don't need you focusing on cars and money and stuff. You're going to get that. I need you to focus on why you were born in the first place. Why are you here on earth for this particular time? What are you doing here? Anybody can buy a car, son. Your DNA is in your dream. And most of y'all chasing stuff, you don't realize your dreams are so important because your DNA, who you are as a person, is wrapped up in your dreams. And what this world has done to you is take that from you, because they know if you know who you are and you get your dreams, you're probably not going to work for most of them. You're probably not going to do most of the dumb stuff you do. If for real, if you knew your dreams and you followed your dreams and you followed your DNA, most of you probably would have never been on drugs. I've never met a person before who knew who they were and was on drugs. Your DNA, your genetic information is in your dreams. Who you are as a person. And so what this society will do is tell you, you need to be on the Oprah Winfrey show. That's what they'll tell you when you become a motivational speaker and you start traveling through the earth and you start making some moves. They'll tell you, you got to be on the Oprah show. And until you get on Oprah's show, you're nobody. You got to have a best-selling book. If you don't have a best-selling book, you're nobody. And so you start living your life not to do what you were born to do and what you were created to do. You start doing what everybody else wants you to do so you can fit in. And I'm telling you, I don't care how successful you are in that, you're not a success. Why? Because in your dreams, when God showed me the Nobel Prize, that was something that I had when I was 2 years old, but I wasn't mature enough for it. It's just recently that I've been mature enough to understand that. I watched LeBron get the championship, y'all. I saw LeBron win the finals. I saw him cry. I was there when MJ won when his father died. I saw him cry, guys. Have you spent a lifetime following other people's dreams? A mixture of their dreams and your dreams? Or your dreams completely? I want you to write it down. Because if I can get you to identify how much energy you put in others and in other people's dreams, and I can get you to pull back, and I can get you to do what you were born to do, what you were created to do. Whew. Now, why is dreaming important? I don't care what level you get to. I need you to dream, right? I need you to spend a considerable amount of time dreaming every single day. Let me tell you why. I've noticed that the people who dream and those people who dream big have a different kind of life than the people who don't dream. So if you were here and you like, I'm scared, whatever you do this for me. Do not sabotage yourself with fear. Fear is not real. That's something in your brain. It does not exist. How do we get over it? You get over it by dreaming of what you can be. Come on, y'all got to hear what I'm saying. There are those of you in this room, you spend a majority of your life doing what other people want you to do. You don't even know who you are. And so even what you're doing, you're not doing at 120% because you're doing what somebody else wants you to do. And you're not good enough to be somebody else. So I need you to be selfish on the first tier, and that's dreaming. I need you to be real selfish because you can't help anybody else You can't do for anybody else if you hurt. And the reason why my messages keep getting stronger and stronger is because I'm not at school. I'm healing. Every year I'm healing. I'm cleansing. I'm becoming a better human. And so as I become a better human and I have less junk to deal with, and I've been through some stuff. You think it's cute when I tell you I was homeless. You think it's cute when I tell you my father wasn't in my life. You think it's cute. My mom just wrote her book and my mom told me to my face, son, I hated your guts for months, for years because of that book. I'm like, Mom, what do you mean? Like, I didn't say nothing about our family. You told the world that I got pregnant with you when I was 17. I didn't want nobody to know. Imagine growing up in a house where your mother has set up a lie and changed your last name. And giving you a life that's not really a real, it's fake, it's not real. And my mom is 60-something, she just let go. So I need y'all to do me a favor. I need you to be selfish on the dream piece. Because what you have to understand is when you know who you are and you start operating in that, you're going to start blessing people in a way you couldn't bless people before when you didn't really know who you were. And so when I got on my son, like, son, come on, where's that grind, son? Where's that dog, son? Let's go. He was like, Dad, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I wasn't homeless. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I wasn't homeless. You was homeless, I wasn't homeless. You actually took some of the dog. I'm not trying to be funny, so I'm not saying I was wrong in giving my kids something that we didn't have, but I was wrong because I didn't teach them that dog. So I just thought that they would just grow up in this big, beautiful neighborhood and go all these places and meet all these people. And the dog is just like something you automatically get. The dog came from what I went through. That the dog didn't come from school. The dog didn't come from getting a PhD. The dog didn't come from getting these big checks. That's not where the dog came from. So our children are watching all this success and we wondering why the millennial generation, nobody ever told them to dream. Nobody ever told them that DNA is in their dream. We told them that their DNA is in their money.
You cannot be a prisoner to your preference. You cannot be a prisoner to your own preference, meaning that just because it's what you prefer, if you losing, you losing. Period. And so you don't make your preference the God. You make winning or losing the God. So if you're losing, you have to do something different so that you can win. You have to self-assess. And you can't let you off the hook because it's you. It's two of y'all. It's a winning you and a losing you. And you do deserve to be a winner. When you're trying to score a touchdown, there are individuals designed to stop you from scoring a touchdown. Yeah. That's their job. They're supposed to stop you. Your job is to not care about them trying to tackle you, and you keep moving forward.
You dominate when you feel like it, and you dominate when you don't feel like it. I've dominated my sleep pattern. I've dominated my laziness. I've dominated procrastination. Where I go, stuff happens. I dominate.
There are no shortcuts.
Discipline is you do it so long and so hard and you're so passionate about it that even when you don't feel like it, you still operate at the highest level. I dominate.
And I realize that most of you in the room, the reason why you're not going to get to where you're supposed to get to is because you don't know how to get there. Now, the other thing I've noticed is that people who have more clarity have more conviction.
And you start like, oh man, I want that. I want it. Like I want that experience, but you don't change as a human. So you can't get that experience. Like it's not possible for you to have it. You can't change your life without changing your mind, bro.
You have to play to win. You have to be competitive. Wherever you are, whatever your space is, this is my space right here. You have to be competitive. Whether you like it or not, whether you feel comfortable or not. And you have to get into a space where you got that dog. It's not for the weak at heart. You can't always be the most talented in the room. You can't always be like naturally gifted, naturally talented. But watch this. You can be the most competitive.
I'm saying y'all don't get it.
You got to wake up every day and compete. You got to go after it.
I'm saying people don't get it, bro. It's crazy. People want change more than they want change.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing, bruh.
Come on, we have a vision. We have a mission. We have a visionary. We have a mission. Our goal is to move the needle, not surround ourselves with loyal people who ain't competent. Gus, I see your true colors. A trial or a tribulation hit, and now you wondering if I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do, so now you're going to switch the game up. Okay. I want you to see where you are so you can make the adjustment. I need you to eat, sleep, breathe, dominate. We're not playing to the level of our competition no more. Everything you do is going to be in a way that nobody else does. Paying attention, being locked in and focused. Paying attention, being locked in and focused. Listen to me very closely. I take it personal when I do what I do. I don't care who we going up against. 1, 2, 3. Wake up every single day. I was here before I was here. I was up this morning here. I've been here before. I was in this spot right here. I was talking from right here. I envisioned it. I saw it already. You can't win it if you can't see it. I'm committed, but I don't know that I'm convicted. Here's what I want y'all to know. We have to be careful because some of us get an attitude because we're looking for things that people who are convicted get when we just committed. But I just want you to stop expecting what people with convictions have when you just committed. Stop doing that. Cause now you mad like, oh, okay, so coach ain't gonna start me. You just committed. You ain't got no conviction to the game. You just play when it's time to play. That person is up all day, every day, running, lifting weight. Michael Jordan was convicted about basketball. Kobe was convicted about basketball. That's why Mike is who he is. Not because he was the greatest ever, but the conviction that didn't nobody want it as bad as he wanted. He was convicted. Some of us, we let our feelings like, I ain't feeling it. I'm not with it. That's why I know I'm not convicted to run it. Because I always run when I feel like it. I ain't never missed a day when I felt like it. I've never run, though, when I've not felt it. One of the things you have to do is operate in conviction and not commit. If you gonna win, if they gonna put your name and the number up there, you just can't play this game because there are other teams that want to do exactly what you got to do. So what you got to do in practice is 1, 2, 3. In practice. If you can't dominate in practice, you can't dominate when the lights come on. I get up every morning at 3 o'clock. I dominate at 3 o'clock in the morning. I dominate when everybody sleep. I dominate at 4 in the morning, 6 in the morning. At 8, I go back to bed. Why? Because y'all just getting up. But I'm committed to it.
Your everyday routine is cleared.